Okay, folks, here we go. We're going to start with the cheerleaders. Give it up for the cheerleaders. Thank you, cheerleaders. I think every administrator in the front row just had a liability freak out right there. Whew, I know I did. Welcome and bienvenidos, everyone, to Santa Rosa Junior College's first ever 100th anniversary kickoff reception. Woo, yeah. First ever, yes. We're so happy you could join us for this once-in-a-lifetime milestone. You're here this afternoon because SRJC has played a part in your education or that of your families. Some of you worked here for decades. Some of you are students right now. 2 of you were presidents. 1 still is, right? Dr. Chung? Yes. Yeah, good. Everyone is here because we love and value what SRJC has meant to this community. We hope you'll have a wonderful time today. It looks like you already are. The theme of our centennial celebration is pride, purpose, and progress. And you will hear about that from our speakers, and in a video we'll show you a little bit later. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our superintendent and president, Dr. Frank Chung.
Thank you very much. How's everybody doing today? All right. Well, I just really want to appreciate everybody for coming out today. You know, given the weather, we know who the true Bear Cub supporters are, all of you. Okay? No fair-weathered fans. Okay? I have the distinct honor and pleasure of introducing the dignitaries. I want to know everybody in here is a VIP, and I have the distinct honor again to introduce people that we need to recognize. So first, how many in the audience works at the JC or works at the JC? Raise your hands. All right. Look around. Look around. Keep those hands up. Let's give them a big round of applause. How many students or alumni went to the JC? Raise your hands. Yeah. I see Sue Gorin's hand went up. There you go. So I really appreciate, because it's the people that worked here and the people that came here as students that made this college what it is. It's really, I was just interviewed by one of the Oak Leaf reporters, and she said, what is it so special about SRJC? And I said, it's the community support. And the reason the community supports SRJC is this is your college. You all came of it, you learned here, you taught here, You started your careers here. Some of you restarted your careers here. So it has made such an impact on this community. I can't tell you how much pride I feel today. So I have the honor of introducing some folks. First, the people who signed my check, my board of trustees. Maggie Fishman, our president. Maggie, would you please stand and be recognized? Stay standing. Our vice president, Jordan Burns. Jordan. The clerk of the board, Dorothy Battenfeld. Immediate past president, Don Edgar. Our newest trustee, Mariana Martinez. And our longest serving trustee, Terry Lindley, now retired. I also want to acknowledge past trustees who serve. Rick Call. Rick, thank you. Jeff Kundy's going to give me so much about this. Jeff Kundy, I'm sorry, Jeff. And of course, Don Zumwalt, our former trustee, and our student trustee, Robert Martinez, standing in the back. And Dr. Robert Aguela. Robert, please be And our past vice presidents, Kurt Groniga and Ricardo Navarrete, please stand and be recognized. Our current vice presidents, our senior vice president of instruction, Dr. Mary Kay Rudolph. Our vice president of planning in the Petaluma campus, Dr. Jane Saldana Talley. The newbie, vice president of student services, Pedro Avila. And then we have a whole bunch of elected officials that I want to recognize. Congressman Jared Huffman's field representative Blake Hooper's here, and he brought a beautiful resolution. Thank you, Blake. I appreciate State Assembly Member Jim Wood, who's been a big supporter of the college. Jim, thank you for being here. And State Senator Mike McGuire's District Director, Kerry Lindecker, is attending. Thank you so much for being here, Kerry. Sonoma County Board of Supervisors, Shirley Zanes, District Director Michelle Whitman. Michelle. And in person, my favorite supervisor today, Sue Gorin, SRJC. And now the mayors. I talked to Mayor Corsi today, and he's busy, and he really couldn't make it today, but he sends his regards. I was at a breakfast with him this morning. Also, one of my favorite mayors in my hometown, David Glass. David, thank you for being here. The mayor of Healdsburg, Brigitte Manzel, SRJC alumni, thank you for being here. Of course, I saved the easiest name for last, the mayor of Windsor, Bruce Orepke, thank you. Also, I believe Julie Combs will be attending. Julie from the City Council, thank you for being here. And now let's get to the real heavyweights of the college. These are the academic senate presidents, current and past. They're the people that really run the college, if we know. So I'd like to recognize Robin Fontley. Robin. Greg Granderson. In the back, thank you, Greg. Brenda Flieswood-Hawks. Peter Levesque. My good friend, now Vice President, Kimberly Messina. Thank you, Kimberly, for being here. Nancy Persons. Bob Rubin. And I saw one of my favorite academic senate presidents, now retired from the math department, Terry Schell, and his wife, Candy. Thank you, Terry, for being here. Diane Smith. And current President Eric Thompson. Diane, thank you for being here. And now for our student body, of course, our leaders from the past, Jesus Guzman. Jesus, thank you for being here. Laura Hunnemaker-Berfeld and Lily Hunnemaker-Berfeld. They're a couple, and they're former past student presidents. And of course, the inimitable Josh Pinella. And our current student leaders, Junior Disar Suba. Thank you, Junior. And of course, our classified Senate, our classified staff really make their college run. They're the building and grounds crews. They work in the labs. They work in helping with public safety. They do all the behind-the-scenes work, and we really appreciate them. I want to really acknowledge the presence of Debbie Weatherly, the past president of the Classified Senate. Thank you, Debbie. And our current president, Kathy Mathis. Thank you, Kathy. And we have many of our board of directors from our foundation, but I want to introduce Kent Sigmiller, our chair of our SRJC Foundation. Kent. Thank you. And two very important people, Pam Chanter and Al Magini, who are co-chairing our 100th anniversary campaign. Pam. Pam also chairs our Citizens Bond Oversight Committee, so she does a double duty. And from the business community, I want to really recognize our partners from Exchange Bank, Gary Hartwick, Howard Dalton, and Ann Hudson. Thank you for your support. Also want to recognize Steve Harrington from the County Board of Education. And somebody who needs no introduction, but we'll acknowledge her anyway, Gay LeBaron. All right. And then I want to thank the mayors from the 9 cities who gave us proclamations from Santa Rosa, Chris Corsi, Petaluma, David Glass, Roanoke Park, Pam Stadford, Healdsburg, Brigitte Manzel, and of course the mayors from Cotati, Windsor, Sebastopol, and Cloverdale. So thank you. Let's give them a big round of applause. And then I really want to talk about our 100th anniversary campaign. To our right, our foundation's been working very hard to try to raise funds to support our students and our faculty. And thus far, we've reached about $7.75 million in a $15 million campaign. So let's give them a big round of applause. So at this time, it's my honor and pleasure to recognize and introduce a good friend of mine, somebody who's really taught me what SRJC is really about. And if I was to say, if you're going to name somebody who really epitomizes what SRJC is about, it would be this person I'm about to introduce, and that's Rick Call. Rick Call served on our board. He's a graduate of the JC. He's gone on to Chico State. He's a successful businessman in the community. Most recently, he was honored by the Boy Scouts of America for his service to this community. And I was just amazed at some of the things that Rick did in volunteering. I didn't even know about, because you're never going to hear from Rick. He's that type of person. But I think Rick really epitomizes what the JC is about. He served on the board for over 20 years, and his dad before him served as well. So I know of no better person to really talk about what the JC means to you than Rick Call. So please join me in recognizing Rick Call. Thank you.
Wow. To be involved in this today is a huge honor for me. I was a student here when we hit the 50-year mark. So that's telling you a little bit about how old I am. There's a lot of pride floating around in this room right now. And I want to talk a little bit about how it all got started. A little over 100 years ago, November 13th, 1917, to be exact, the Federated Home and School Association met and agreed that a junior college for Santa Rosa was an idea worth exploring. This group of women, mostly wives of prominent professional and businessmen, had a reputation of supporting the K-12 school system. It was a precursor to the PTA, basically. But in this case, they had a vision for higher education in our community. They moved rapidly, and 3 days later held a public forum to present their idea to the community. By the spring of 1918, the Santa Rosa Board of Education overwhelmingly approved of the idea, and the college was officially established. The residents of Santa Rosa had a sense of pride to do whatever it took to establish post-secondary education in order to prepare students for the four-year college experience and give students an opportunity to live at home during that time of study. There weren't a lot of four-year colleges around, in those days. They either went to Cal or Stanford generally, but that was quite a distance from here. Floyd Bailey, the first president of the college, reflecting back on the early beginnings, commented, "And so it was, without operating funds, using high school instructors on a part-time basis, in the face of a world war and serious epidemic, in borrowed quarters with borrowed equipment and borrowed books, the Santa Rosa Junior College began." For 9 years, the college operated under the auspices of the Santa Rosa School Board. In 1927, the idea of establishing a separate district within Santa Rosa came to a vote and passed. The Santa Rosa Junior College District was created, but still operating under the school board. At that time, the district boundaries were the same as the Santa Rosa High School District. But in 1928, the Anley High School District requested annexation to the Santa Rosa Junior College District, and the Sonoma County Board of Supervisors granted the annexation. The next year, county-wide elections were held in Sonoma, Healdsburg, and Petaluma to decide on further expansion. The election failed overwhelmingly in each community. Can you believe it? And we got the mayors of those places here. But the college gained a victory because of the addition of the Anley district. The boundaries were no longer coterminous with Santa Rosa High School, and therefore the district could operate under its own administration. And that really was when this college took off. The first official board of trustees was in place by 1930. Towser, Shuha, Baker, Beck, and Bridgeford, you might recognize a few of those names, were selected. And in those days, they were selected by the chambers of commerce. And the process of, as soon as those people were seated, they got to work in acquiring land, the land we're standing on right here, and started the process of planning on Pioneer Hall, the first building, which is still over here. It wasn't until 1963 that the rest of the county joined the college district and the board expanded to 7 members. During the 1930s, the college expanded rapidly in order to accommodate the growing demand for higher education. The administrators, faculty, and board felt so strongly about delivering a quality education that in order to enroll at Santa Rosa Junior College, especially in the early years, a student had to qualify scholastically for the University of California. So we had very tough standards. It wasn't when I started going here, that's for sure. The college was off and running. The foundation of many of the underlying principles that continue to guide SRJC today were developed in those formative years. The ensuing decades brought much growth and change. Strong leadership and vision has guided SRJC to where it is today. Only 5 presidents have served the college in 100 years. There's a lot to be proud about. The pride that you, the SRJC community, have for this wonderful institution is definitely showing tonight. Thanks for your support and thanks for being here.
Thank you, Rick, for those informative words. He's really the resident historian of the college. Now it's my honor and pleasure to introduce our board president, Maggie Fishman. Maggie?
I just love to hear the history. you know, where I fit into it, and as a student and now as a board member. But when I was a little girl, my family took a trip to Disneyland. And I remember being amazed by all the lands, but the most intriguing one to me was Tomorrowland. There were computers, there were ovens that could warm your food in minutes, there were phones that allowed you to see people you were talking to, all very amazing stuff back then. And when I was thinking about how to be profound in 120 seconds, which is what, you know, my time limit, it made me think about the genesis of the Santa Rosa Junior College and where we are today. I do not think that SRJC would still exist if past students, faculty, administrators, and trustees did not have an eye on Tomorrowland. The success of SRJC's 100 years is a combination of honoring the past, embracing today, and with an eye on Tomorrowland. We stand here where the coop used to be. Many of us remember hours spent here with friends. I remember attending more than a few dances on this very land. The building's gone, but not SRJC. The one constant has been change. Change demands a constant reevaluation of courses we teach and how we teach. We've come a long way since chalkboards. Teaching tools are different. Who knew that cyber technology would be so important? Somebody with an eye on Tomorrowland. The demographics of our student body has changed as well. Many new clubs have formed that reflect our times, and there'll be more changes as we move towards Tomorrowland. We're here today to begin the formal celebration of our last 100 years, but I want to reiterate strongly that the success of the last 100 years is embedded in SRJC's ability to honor the past, embrace the present, and always keep an eye on Tomorrowland. Thank you.
Thank you, President Fishman. Before we move on, there's one more long-standing dignitary that needs to be recognized. This dignitary has been around for 98 years and has remained a bear cub for all that time when it could have been so easy to just grow up and move to the forest. Please join me in applauding our eternal bear cub, Roscoe. Yes. In my research, I found that Roscoe was named in 1950 without the E. Roscoe without the, where are you going, Roscoe? And they had a contest to name Roscoe, and the other names were Towser, Terry, you know, it could have been you. Ruff, Daphne, and Herky. I'm glad we got Roscoe. So let's hear it again for Roscoe. Be safe. You're going to have to move because we're going to have a performance right now, Roscoe. I'm sorry. All right. We'll see you around. You know how to get down? Okay. Now I'd like to introduce the song Hundreds of Stories from the musical In the Heights, performed by Joseph Miranda and Jackie Diaz, with faculty member Janice Wilson on keyboards and community member Carl Forsyth on percussion.
Abuela,
Are you okay?
paciencia y fe.
Paciencia y fe.
Can I see it again?
We kept it safe.
So we survived the night. What happens today?
A third for you. A third for me.
Nobody sigue.
The rest for Sunny. And with our share of the money and with our share of the money, dream of the seaside air. See me beside you there. Think of the hundreds of stories we will share, you and I. Now you can sell your store, open a bar by the shore. I've told you hundreds of stories about home. Make some more.
Yo, I know just where to go. There's this little beach named Playa Rincon with no roads. You need a rowboat or motorbike to reach this beach. It's just a stone's throw from home. My folks is home before I was born, before they passed on and left me on my own in New York with the grocery store. They would talk about home, I listened closely for the way they whisper to each other, but the warmer winter weather, inseparable. They even got sick together, they never got better. Passed away that December and left me with these memories like dying embers from a dream I can't remember. Ever since then, it's like another day, deeper in debt with different dilemmas. The bodega's a mess, everything less of Vanessa. Abuela, I don't know how I can keep it together.
Remember the story of your name. It was engraved on a passing ship on the day your family came. Your father said Usnavi, that's what we'll name the baby.
It really said U.S. Navy. But hey, I worked with what they gave me, okay.
They'd be so proud of you today.
Then by the end of June, I'll wear the sea meets the sky.
Nobody sing it, sing it. Think of the hundreds of stories we'll create, you and I will find your island. I find your island. It's you and I.
Thank you, cast and musicians from In the Heights. Our final speaker has been a story of resilience during her recent tenure as the college's student trustee. Just as the institution has weathered the ups and downs of the last 100 years, Sabrina Rawson has had to overcome so much, but has never wavered in her dedication to students and to the college. Sabrina?
It has been an honor to start my undergraduate career at a later age in life. Here at Santa Rosa Junior College, not anywhere else, here in my community. Programs have sparked an interest that set me apart from being a mother, a wife, or a daughter. My innate desire was to always to aspire to greatness. My fellow students, I learned, wanted to aspire to greatness. And like myself, they loved whatever it was they found here at this college. A community that would help them create the kind of surreal future for themselves. And like other students, I believed a college career was the key to becoming great, and it all began here at SRJC. I gained the power and the joy to choose different course studies, embellishing my educational career. What I discovered was SRJC's education could be measured. A student's factual knowledge could be measured. But could this pathway consummate my aspirations? When I was younger, I had a grand list of things I wanted to do when I grew up. My number one thing on my list was to travel and my grandmother wanted me to be a stewardess. And I thought I could travel the world and still be a stewardess. But simple thoughts for a young girl. Nevertheless, I held that dream a long time. Throughout my adult life, I never became a stewardess. But I chose the second best thing, and that was to go to college. SRJC affords its students the best opportunities to succeed in school and will continue to shape the lives of students for the future. When I think upon the days of the future student, I reflect upon the progress that has been made in the past with all students who have attended SRJC. I got this blue thing today. The dedication to excellence in academic preparation, future students will meet the demands of the post-secondary arena and the local job market. This college community will continue to be in the business of fulfilling dreams for its students. It can be a magical place where the individual students' unanswered questions of a better life can be realized. I read an article that emphasized career readiness and employability of tomorrow, and it states, in the 21st century, people explore, experience, and understand the world around them in many new and different ways. SRJC will continue to be a place where pride, purpose, and progress promote students of the future to aspire to greatness. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. Now please enjoy this heartwarming video from the SRJC Foundation. Behind the scenes, the foundation has enabled so many thousands of our students to pursue their education. The video features Al Magini, former trustee, former instructor, and centenarian. If he were here tonight, Al didn't make it, right? Okay, if he were here, he would be older than the only person in the college, in the audience, older than the college. He was only 100 at the time of the video, but you'll still recognize him in the video, I promise. And by the way, he inspired my bow tie. It's the first time I've ever wore one. I've seen him in so many pictures with a bow tie, I had to give it a try. It's not bad. It's a lot lighter than most heavy things. So here's the video, folks.
It has been over 100 years since it all began. An idea brought to life by a group of determined women. With the support of a strong community, Santa Rosa Junior College was formed in 1918. It began without a permanent location and with only 19 students, but the founders must have known that they were creating something much bigger. Santa Rosa Junior College has since been home to more than 1 million students, and I am proud to be part of this remarkable story. As a long-standing member of the Board of Trustees and as an instructor, I've had the great privilege of working to serve the very best of our region. I have lived for more than 100 years. I have seen the world around me change in ways I never thought possible. Yet in my 100 years, I have seen one thing remain constant: SRJC and the power of education. There is something special about the JC graduation. Watching these students with their families and friends is inspiring. I don't know their names or stories, but they are full of hope and purpose. They are the single parent and the future nurse who will care for our families like her own. They are the first-generation college student and future botanist who will develop sustainable ways for us to feed the world. They are the foster youth and future lawyer who will serve as an advocate for others. They are the military veteran and future business leader who will introduce the world to new technology. They are future journalists who will touch hearts and future teachers who will change minds. They are the future first responders who will save lives. Graduation is a celebration of great accomplishments, but it's only the beginning. These graduates will take what they have learned at SRJC out into our community and the world around us to change it and to make it better. Graduation is a constant reminder that Santa Rosa Junior College impacts the lives of many, and that education is where it all begins. I can only imagine the possibilities and the progress that will be made as SRJC moves through its next century. From one centenarian to another, I offer my appreciation and congratulations. Here's to the next 100 years.
Well done, Foundation. In a few moments, we're going to sing Happy Birthday and enjoy cake and refreshments. After that, I invite you to read the proclamations in the back. They're over here. Share your SRJC memories on the scroll, which is also back here. Visit the Interclub Council table and the History table, which are right around the corner. And our pop-up bookstore in the hall, where we have 100th anniversary items for sale out that way. And of course, enjoy meeting with old and new friends for the next hour or so. I also want to thank the many people volunteering to make this event and this year one to remember. You can see their names on the signs, the A-frames that are located outside. Before we sing the birthday song and conclude, I just wanted to say that when I came here 18 years ago to work, thanks to Bob Flores in the house and Ricardo Navarrete and Dr. Agrella, I thought I would head back to the university setting in about 3 years. Community college was a curiosity to me, but I'm still here. This place has something special happening. It stole my heart, it stole many of your hearts. Those of us who stay here and love this place know what I'm talking about. It's difficult to explain. It's a feeling. Even through difficult times when some of us are at odds with each other, the mission remains to serve students. There's a constant spirit of generosity, hard work, compassion, and integrity. We are SRJC, all of us, and I'm proud to be part of its storied 100-year history. Now let's sing together as we wish Santa Rosa Junior College a tremendous happy birthday, but it won't just be me. I've asked the cast and the musicians to come back. I mean, if you only get to do it once every 100 years, you got to get it right. So we're going to go in the key of C because that's the one you're supposed to use, and Janice is going to get us started right now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, SRJC. That's good. That's the way you do that, because we're SRJC. Thank you for coming tonight. We hope to see you at our 100th anniversary events all year long. Drive safely. I know it's been raining. Enjoy the refreshments. Thank you, folks.